guys. Moving on to the monolith. I'm going to do the monolith and maybe like the Nightbringer and Deceiver in this one. Alright, so the monolith, it's 235 points with 14 armor all around, so front, side, and rear. I actually usually don't take a monolith. If you're playing like huge games, I think it's great, but like 2,000 or less, I normally don't bring it, just because it is quite expensive. But they are really awesome models. They're real cool, look great. So if you do like them, I'd bring a one or I don't know. I just feel like they're kind of expensive, but they are really sweet. They are really awesome. They're great. Even though they're the only vehicle, the necrons, they are like amazing. Let's see. Alright, some of the special rules. Living metal basically states that weapons that get additional armor penetration die, such as like chain fists and monstrous creatures and melted guns, they only get one die. So it's nice. It has a better chance of not getting destroyed, and also the living metal basically says that if you would lower the armor of a vehicle, below 14, for instance, like a bright lance, it makes armor 12 instead. Living metal basically negates that and says, nah, they use a 14 no matter what. So it's a very, very tough tank. I won't say tank, but it's a very tough vehicle to destroy. It's ponderous. It's the second rule. So it's a skimmer, but if it gets stunned or shaken, and instead of being immobilized, it just sinks into the ground and just fights, from there, so it doesn't crash. It has deep strike, which is it's pretty nice. I mean that's nice. So it's the reason why it's so good in that respect is that if everyone, if you see a monolith, like if you play a monolith, everyone's going to shoot it because they know A, how good it is, and B, just because it's such a devastatingly tough model to destroy, they figure, hey, let's just get it out of the way with, try to knock it out. I'll have such a better chance because it is hard to destroy. If you, I don't know if I'd recommend it all the time, deep striking it though, because I mean, if you're gonna bring more than 2 warriors units, then you might as well bring a monolith, because you can't play those warriors unless you have a monolith. More than those 2 units. So if you have 3 units, you have to field a monolith to play that last unit. I mean, I don't know. It could be either way. You could leave it on the table, but that might stink if it does, get destroyed in the first turn. So it's up to you. Let's see, power matrix. Power matrix is really sweet. Actually, I love this. I love what it is. You can't actually destroy the power matrix. So if you get a vehicle weapon destroy, they can't destroy it. They actually can't destroy the power matrix. They just subtract 1 from the Gauss Fluke arc projector, which is like their secondary weapon, which basically says every enemy unit 12 inches away takes D6 shots. Which is, I mean, it's a nice little thing, but it just makes it tougher to destroy again. And what you can do is, with the power matrix, you can either use it as a part of whip, or you can do 2 things. And the one is you can bring what are they called? Reserves. You can bring reserves. I don't know if it's specifically warriors, but units. Okay, so necron units, you can just like bring them to the monolith and use that, warp type thing. Or you can also bring units out of combat, or if they're 18 inches away, you can warp them back to the monolith. And when you do that, you actually get to re-roll your back rolls, which is awesome. I mean, you're not going to fail your back rolls that often anyway, unless you get hit with like, if your lore's not around and he gets, like a power, fist or something, and they get destroyed, but if it's just like, if you just roll your back rolls and they just die, sometimes if you get beat in combat and you hold, but you still take a lot of casualties, just bring them back to the monolith, and you get to re-roll that moving back roll for all those, which is really nice. It just allows your necrons to stay around longer. So I mean, it is a very expensive unit, the monolith, but it can be pretty devastating. It can be pretty devastating if you use it correctly. I just usually don't bring it, but it is awesome. I love the model. Alright, special characters. I'm not going to go through other special rules. In fact, I'll probably make this one short, this part, but you get the Nightbringer and the Deceiver. Nightbringer is 360 points, and the Deceiver is 300. You pretty much just pick which one, whatever one you like. Personally, I like the Nightbringer. I just think he looks so cool. He's such an awesome model. You bring him, everyone's gonna see him. Even Deceiver, people are gonna notice him too. But the god, but I just find the Nightbringer being, such a cool model. However, what I will say is, they're quite expensive. So with an elite army, again, it's kind of hard to find those extra points to throw in there. And he's it's like the last 100 point fill in. He's 360 points. So if you bring him, you'll already be cutting in a decent part of your army. But he is a kick. They're both awesome. They both have like 5 wounds and 8 toughness and 5 attacks, 4 attacks. Nightbringer's 5 attacks, and you don't have any armor save though. You just have a 4+ invuln. So even though you have 5 wounds, 4+ invuln, and that's it. And even though with a high toughness of an 8, it's still, in my opinion, it's still kind of bad because they're quite expensive, and people know how decent they are. They'll still aim like the monolith. They'll just try to take it out, and with no armor, that could be pretty bad. But I think I like them. I would never bring both of them though, ever. I'd probably only bring one or the other, and even that I normally don't do. I just bring 2 lords. I just deck them out differently. So that's pretty much about with the necrons. I don't know what army I'm going to do next, but I'll let you guys know soon. Alright.